Welcome to this transformative journey of prayer and connection. In a world filled with constant distractions, the challenges we face can feel overwhelming. But in the midst of it all, there's one thing that remains constant: God's love, grace, and the strength He provides. Today, we'll explore the empowering strength that God offers us in our moments of weakness, the guidance He gives us when we seek His wisdom, and the protection that we can rely on every single day. This is not just another prayer. It's an invitation to experience God's presence like never before. Do you sometimes feel that life is pushing you to your limits? That you're carrying a burden too heavy to bear? You are not alone in these moments. You were never meant to walk through this life without help. God's power is available to you right now, ready to strengthen you, guide you, and protect you, no matter what you face. With every new day, we have the opportunity to tap into God's grace, to let His love surround us, and to receive the strength we need to face whatever challenges may come our way. This prayer, this moment of connection, is a reminder that you do not have to walk through life's storms by yourself. You are supported. You are protected. So as we begin, I invite you to open your heart. Let go of the burdens you've been carrying and allow God's strength to fill you, to empower you, and to guide you through this day. Life is full of battles. Some are visible, others are hidden deep within. We face struggles that often seem too much to bear, challenges that drain us both physically and emotionally. But here's the truth: you are not defeated by these struggles. In Isaiah 40 verse 29, it says, "He gives power to the weak, and to those who have no might He increases strength." Even when you feel you have nothing left, God's strength is there, ready to carry you through. You may be tired, but you are not defeated. Strength isn't always about being the loudest or the strongest person in the room. It's about continuing to rise, even when you feel like lying down. It's about moving forward, one step at a time, trusting that God's strength is made perfect in your weakness. When we feel weak, that's when God's power shines brightest. In those moments, His strength is available to us, no matter how small or tired we feel. His power doesn't depend on our perfection. It's in our willingness to surrender, to trust Him, and to keep moving forward. You are stronger than you think, because the same strength that raised Jesus from the dead is available to you today. You don't have to face this moment alone. The strength you need is already within you. You have access to a power that never runs out, that is unwavering, and that will never let you go. When you feel like you can't go on, remember, God's power is there to lift you up. It's a strength that doesn't rely on your ability to handle everything perfectly. It's the strength that says, "Even though I am weak, I am not alone." And when you surrender your weakness to God, His strength becomes your greatest ally. So, don't let your moment of weakness define you. Let it be the place where God's power is made known. You are strong, not because of what you can do alone, but because of the power that God places within you. Each day is a new opportunity to tap into that strength. Today, you can walk forward in confidence, knowing that God is strengthening you in ways you can't even imagine. You are not defeated. You are being empowered. Many of us have misconceptions about strength. We often think of strength as something loud, powerful, and unshakable. We imagine someone who never shows weakness, who stands tall and firm in the face of every trial. But real strength isn't just about power. It's about resilience, grace, and the willingness to keep going, even when things get tough. True strength, as demonstrated by Jesus, isn't about the absence of fear or doubt. It's about acting with courage despite those feelings. It's about moving forward, not because we have all the answers, but because we trust in God's plan. And that trust gives us the strength to face anything. In 2 Corinthians 12 verse 9, Paul writes, "But He said to me, 'My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness.'" The beauty of this verse lies in the truth that our weakness doesn't disqualify us. It opens us up to experience God's power in ways we never thought possible. When we feel weak, we're actually in the perfect position for God's strength to fill us. We don't have to be strong on our own. We simply need to trust in God's strength to work through us. When life feels heavy, and when the weight of the world seems unbearable, know this: your strength is found in surrendering to God. It's in allowing His strength to work through you, especially when you feel like you've given everything you have. True strength isn't about carrying the burden by yourself. It's about allowing God to carry it for you, trusting that He will give you the strength needed for each moment, no matter how challenging. And that strength is unlimited, because God's power knows no bounds. So, let go of the idea that you need to be perfect or indestructible. Real strength is being vulnerable enough to admit when you need help. And it's in those moments, when you open your heart to God, that His power rushes in, filling you with the strength to keep moving forward. No matter where you are today, whether you're struggling with doubts, fears, or exhaustion, know that you are not weak. You are being made strong moment by moment, with each step of faith you take. Strength is not the absence of struggle. It's the power to keep going through it. And God's strength is there to carry you through. Faith is not merely a belief. It is an action. It's a living, breathing trust in God, especially when the path is unclear and the road ahead is full of obstacles. Faith is what carries us through trials and uncertainty. In James 1 verses 2-3, we are told, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance." When we face hardships, our immediate reaction might be to question why. Why is this happening to me? Why is everything falling apart? But the truth is, trials are not here to defeat us. They are here to shape us, to build our faith and perseverance. It's easy to lose sight of God's presence when things are difficult. The storm clouds seem to block out the sun, and all we can feel is the weight of the storm. But even in those moments, God is with you. He is not distant. He is walking with you through every step. When we lean into faith, even in the face of adversity, God's presence becomes our anchor. It's in those moments of uncertainty that we experience the depth of His love, the depth of His protection, and the depth of His guidance. Faith does not mean that life will always be easy. In fact, it often means the opposite. But faith means that God is always faithful, and His promises hold true, no matter how long the journey or how fierce the storm. He will carry you through. As we walk through life's challenges, we are called to trust in God's timing and His plan for us. Faith is knowing that God is always at work, even when we can't see the results immediately. He is shaping us, molding us, and preparing us for the next chapter. Every trial you face is not just a test, but a stepping stone to a deeper, stronger faith. With each challenge, your trust in God grows, and with each trial, you are being transformed into the person God always intended you to be. So, when the winds of life blow strong, when the waves seem overwhelming, remember, faith is your foundation. Trust that the same God who parted the Red Sea, who calmed the stormy waters, is the same God who will guide you through your challenges. He will never leave you or forsake you. Your faith, even if it feels small or shaky at times, is enough. God honors your willingness to trust Him, and through that trust, He will carry you through to victory. Keep moving forward with Him by your side, knowing that every step is a step of faith, and He is right there, walking with you. Every season of life holds purpose. Whether it's a season of joy or a season of struggle, God has a plan for you in every moment. We often think of purpose in terms of grand achievements or milestones, but God's purpose is woven into every season, big or small. In Jeremiah 29 verse 11, God tells us, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans for welfare and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope." God's plans for us are full of hope and promise, even when we don't understand the seasons we are in. Sometimes we find ourselves in seasons that feel confusing or frustrating. We may ask, why am I here? What is the purpose of this struggle? Yet, it is in these very seasons that God often does His most profound work. It is in the waiting, the uncertainty, and the discomfort that he shapes us, refines us, and draws us closer to him. God never wastes a season. Every moment, whether good or bad, has meaning in his eyes. He uses each season to prepare you for what's next, to build your character, and to align your heart with his will. You are never in a season without purpose. Even when things don't make sense, God is at work behind the scenes, turning your struggles into a testimony of his faithfulness. In the difficult seasons, trust that God is working things together for your good. And in the joyful seasons, take time to praise him for his faithfulness and provision. Every season, no matter how it feels, is part of God's beautiful and intricate design for your life. Remember, seasons change. No matter how challenging your season may be right now, it will pass, and God will bring you into the next chapter. Trust that the future he has planned for you is filled with hope and promise. The same hope and promise that he is fulfilling in you right now in this season. Waiting is hard. In a world that values immediate results, waiting can feel like an endless, unproductive stretch of time. But the Bible tells us that waiting on the Lord isn't passive. It's an active process that can strengthen our faith and deepen our relationship with him. In Isaiah 40 verse 31, it says, "But they who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint." Waiting on God doesn't mean you're stagnant. When you wait with faith, he strengthens you in ways you can't see in the moment. God's timing is perfect. He is never early and he is never late. When we wait for God, we aren't just sitting idle. We are learning trust, we are being refined, and we are preparing for the next step he has for us. Waiting is not wasted time. It's an opportunity to lean into God's presence, to surrender our impatience, and to allow his strength to fill us. It's easy to grow discouraged while we wait. We may feel like nothing is happening, or that we've been forgotten. But God is always at work. Even in the silence, he is moving. He is strengthening us, preparing us, and setting the stage for something greater. Your season of waiting is God's perfect preparation for your next breakthrough. Waiting builds patience, and patience builds character. When we wait on God, we learn to trust him more fully. It's in the waiting that our faith is tested, stretched, and refined. Waiting can strengthen us, help us grow, and equip us for the future God has in mind. So, if you are in a season of waiting, don't be discouraged. God sees you. He is working behind the scenes, and in his perfect time, he will bring forth the answer you seek. While you wait, take heart. You are not waiting in vain. You are waiting in hope, and that hope will never disappoint. Every season of waiting leads to a season of fulfillment. You may not know exactly when, but God is at work within you, preparing you for what's ahead. Embrace this time as an opportunity to trust him more deeply. Your breakthrough is coming, and God's timing is always worth the wait. Trusting God's timing can feel like the hardest part of the journey. When you're in the middle of waiting, it's easy to feel lost, uncertain, or even abandoned. But the truth is, God's timing is perfect, even when we can't see it yet. In Psalm 27 verse 14, David reminds us, "Wait for the Lord, be strong, and let your heart take courage." Wait for the Lord. Waiting doesn't just involve passively standing by. It involves actively choosing to trust God in every moment. It's the strength in choosing to rest in his promises, knowing that he is working everything out for your good. Trusting God's timing requires letting go of our own agenda. We may want things to happen in our time, on our schedule, but God's timing is not our timing. His ways are higher than ours, and he sees the bigger picture, the full scope of your life in ways we cannot understand. When we place our trust in God's timing, we are acknowledging that he knows what is best for us. We are saying, "God, I trust that your plan is greater than my own." Trusting his timing doesn't mean everything will be easy or smooth. It means we rely on his wisdom, his strength, and his perfect plan. Sometimes, God's timing feels slow or even non-existent, but he is never late. He is always right on time. Remember that the moments of waiting are not moments wasted. They are times for us to draw closer to him, to grow in patience, and to learn how to rely more on his timing and less on our own understanding. Trusting in God's timing means we can move forward with peace. We can rest in the assurance that He will make all things beautiful in His time. Ecclesiastes 3 verse 11. Even when you don't see it, God is at work, shaping, preparing, and positioning you for what's to come. So take a deep breath. Trust that in His time, everything will align. The waiting doesn't define you. It's the strength you gain in trusting Him that shapes you. God's timing is the best timing. His plan is perfect. Trust Him today. In times of uncertainty, when the storms of life rage around us, there is a peace that surpasses all understanding. This peace doesn't come from the absence of challenges. It comes from the presence of God. In Philippians 4 verses 6 to 7, Paul encourages us to not be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, to present our requests to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. No matter the storm you're facing, God's peace is available to you right now. This peace doesn't depend on your circumstances. It's a gift from God, and it guards your heart and mind, keeping you steady in the midst of chaos. It's a peace that holds you firm when everything around you feels uncertain. But to experience this peace, we must choose to place our trust in God's promises. When we pray, we're not just asking for answers. We're inviting His peace to fill our hearts. It's about surrendering our worries, anxieties, and fears, and letting God take control. Even in the middle of a storm, God's peace is present. It doesn't always look like calm waters or easy answers, but it's the deep, unshakable peace that comes from knowing God is in control. It's the kind of peace that allows you to rest in Him, even when everything seems uncertain. If you're struggling with anxiety, worry, or fear right now, take a moment to invite God's peace into your heart. Ask Him to calm your spirit and give you the strength to trust in His plan, no matter what you're facing. Remember, His peace isn't just a feeling, it's a promise. In John 14 verse 27, Jesus says, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled and do not be afraid." This peace isn't a temporary escape. It's a lasting, divine presence that will stay with you as you walk through the trials of life. When you hold on to God's peace, nothing in this world can shake you. It's the unshakable foundation on which you stand. As you continue through this journey, let God's peace be your constant companion. Let it calm your mind, ease your heart, and remind you that, no matter what's happening around you, God's presence is always with you. As we continue this journey, we must understand that God's peace is not just for the present. It is meant to strengthen us for the future. God's strength is not simply a comfort in the moment, but a foundation that will carry us through whatever lies ahead. In Isaiah 40 verse 31, it says, "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint." God's strength is limitless. It doesn't fade when challenges arise. It doesn't weaken over time. His strength is eternal, and it's available to you every moment of every day. When you place your hope in Him, you will find yourself rising above your circumstances, moving forward with renewed purpose, and standing firm no matter how fierce the storm may become. The key is not to rely on our own abilities, but to lean on God's strength. When we recognize our own limitations, we open the door for His infinite strength to fill us. We don't have to have it all figured out. We just need to trust that God is with us, guiding us every step of the way. God is not just with you in the present. He is preparing you for the future. With His strength, you can face the unknown with confidence. Whether it's a career change, personal challenges, or future struggles that seem insurmountable, God's power is more than enough. The challenges we face today are shaping us for tomorrow. And with God's strength, we can rise above them. His strength is made perfect in our weakness, and in our weakest moments, He becomes the most powerful force in our lives. Don't be afraid of the future. Trust that the same God who has brought you through so much already will continue to be your source of strength. He is the God who makes a way when there seems to be no way. Whatever challenges the future holds, remember that you don't face them alone. God's strength is with you, and His presence will never leave you. As you continue to walk in His power, know that you are equipped to face anything that comes your way. As we conclude this journey together, there is one last truth that we must hold tightly to. The strength we need is found in God's constant presence. It's not about being strong on our own. It's about drawing strength from the one who never leaves us. In Psalm 46 verse 1, we are reminded that God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. This is not a temporary strength, but a presence that is always with us. Whether we're walking through calm or storm, God is present, ready to provide the strength we need. The strength that comes from God's presence is not the type that comes from our own efforts or circumstances. It's the kind of strength that flows freely when we simply rest in Him. It's the strength that gives peace when we're uncertain, the courage to step out when we're afraid, and the resilience to keep going when we feel like giving up. God's presence isn't something we earn or have to strive for. It's a gift. As we lean into Him, we find that His strength is more than enough for every need. Whether we're facing trials, walking through uncertainty, or celebrating victories. So, no matter where you are today, whether in the midst of struggle or in the quiet moments of rest, remember that God is near. His strength is available to you right now. He will never leave you or forsake you. He is with you every step of the way. And just as He has been with you in the past, He will continue to provide the strength you need for the future. You are never alone on this journey. God's strength is always within reach, and all we need to do is trust and invite Him into our hearts. So take a deep breath, knowing that with God, you have all the strength you need. You are fully equipped to handle whatever life brings, because God's presence is your constant source of strength. Remember, every day is an opportunity to draw closer to God, to receive His strength, and to walk in His peace. You don't have to face life's challenges alone. God is with you, and His strength will never fail you. Now, as you go forward, take a moment to pause, breathe, and invite God's presence into every part of your day. Let His strength guide you, and let His peace surround you.